Thomas, a teenager who frequently adds new people on Snapchat, came across a girl named Sarah. She looked like a typical teenage girl with pictures of her daily life. They quickly started chatting, and they hit it off immediately. Sarah was always available, regardless of the time. One day, Sarah told Thomas that she had recently received the COVID-19 vaccine and believed strongly that everyone should get vaccinated. Thomas, who was skeptical about the vaccine, felt uncomfortable. He wanted nothing to do with it because he knew that Bill Gates wanted to depopulate the planet. He saw that once in the Rockefeller Foundation documents, but didn't want to lose Sarah either. Sarah began to put more and more pressure on Thomas to get vaccinated. She sent him unsettling snaps of herself after the 5th booster vaccination, where she looked sick as hell. She said the vaccine made her better, but it first had to work through her system. Thomas was feeling trapped between his own beliefs and his growing fear of losing Sarah. Ultimately, he gave in and got the vaccine primarily out of fear of losing her. Soon after, strange things happened. Thomas began to feel weaker and started having nightmares. Every night, he dreamed of Sarah, but in his dreams, she had a demonic appearance with black eyes and a distorted, fucked face. She constantly screamed, "Now we are together." Thomas grew more and more panicked and thought about taking a hit of his cocaine, but stayed strong and left it where it was. But then a friend came to his house, and because of the stress he had, he and his friends started to take tons of cocaine until their brains exploded. One night, feeling fucked up and having a hangover, Sarah sent him a video of herself injecting an unknown substance. Her eyes rolled back, and she started laughing hysterically. The video ended with her whispering, "Now you're mine forever." Thomas tried to block her and delete her profile, but his attempts were in vain. Every time he thought he had removed her, she reappeared with a new account, more terrifying each time. On a dark evening, Sarah drove by his house with her pro-jab cartel and shot the whole place up. He ran outside with his AK-47 and blew the shit out of Sarah and her cartel. He hit a few, but they drove away. He runned inside and freaked the fuck out, sitting on his couch. Thomas didn't know what to do and grabbed his coke and started sniffing a few grams, increasingly in the grip of fear and madness. Sarah had changed him forever, and there was no turning back. Liam, a fervent opponent of vaccinations and conspiracy theories about the New World Order, never shied away from expressing his views. He frequently posted on social media about his beliefs and warned his friends about what he saw as the dangers of mass vaccination. One day, he received a Snapchat request from a girl named Phoebe. Her profile picture was attractive, and her name sounded vaguely familiar. When he accepted, he realized why. Phoebe Gates, the daughter of the infamous billionaire and Microsoft founder, Bill Gates. Liam couldn't believe his eyes. Why would she want to add him? Phoebe started chatting. She seemed friendly and interested in his thoughts and ideas. Despite his initial skepticism, Liam felt flattered by her attention, and they began talking often. Phoebe told him, "You are so cute. Let's do hits of coke somewhere soon," which surprised but also reassured Liam. As their conversations progressed, Phoebe subtly asked about his routine, his circle of friends, and his family. Liam found himself sharing more personal details without really understanding why. The daughter of Gates seemed to know exactly how to win his trust. One evening, Phoebe took a photo of her doing coke with a fucking creep smile and demonic looks, followed by the text, "I want you to try our experiment." Liam felt a chill down his spine. Phoebe created more videos. In the videos, he saw himself as if filmed through his own eyes. He saw himself walking through his house, going to the kitchen, and drinking a glass of water. Then he thought about something he couldn't remember. He saw himself preparing an injection and jabbed it to himself. Liam was shocked and tried to understand what he had just seen. He had never taken the jab, had he? Phoebe sent one last video where she screamed, "Are you ready for what is coming? Weak human scum. Welcome to the New World Order." Liam's heart pounded in his chest. He began to feel weird, as if he wasn't fully control his body. He started having psychoses, seeing Gates' daughter everywhere. He spotted her in his room, and like a crackhead crazy maniac she was trying to jab the fuck out off Liam. Her eyes were dark and empty, and her laugh started to sound like Bill Gates, but then dark and satanic. Liam went crazy and started to get calls from Bill Gates. Gates said, "You little useless piece of nothing. You should knee to me, human." Eventually, Liam received one last snap from Phoebe. It was a photo of himself, sleeping in his bed with Bill Gates next to him laughing like a dope fiend, with the caption, "You can't escape. Take the jab, you dump. Fucking cunt." Liam realized he was trapped in a nightmare and he couldn't wake up. Phoebe and her nanotech powers had changed him forever. His own beliefs had led him to this point, and now he was helpless in the grip of a conspiracy he had once fought so hard against. Max was a young cryptomillionaire who carefully kept his success hidden. He didn't flaunt his wealth openly, but he occasionally shared crypto tips and success stories on anonymous forums. One day, he received a Snapchat request from a girl named Emily. Her profile picture was enticing, and she seemed interesting enough to add. Emily immediately started chatting. She was charming and seemed interested in everything Max had to say. After a few days of nice conversations, she subtly began asking about his investments and how much he had made with crypto. Max, flattered by her attention and charm, shared some details but remained cautious about specific bags he had and access information. Emily played her game masterfully. She hinted that she was also interested in crypto and asked for tips. Max felt flattered and sent her a few general pieces of advice. Their talking grew more personal, and Max found himself increasingly attracted to her. Emily started asking more frequently about his ledger info and how the hell he secured his crypto. Weird, he thought. One evening, Emily asked if he could help her with a problem she was having with her own crypto wallet. She said she had a significant amount of money but couldn't move it without help. She asked him to join a shared session so he could guide her. Max, who had a soft spot for her, agreed. During the session, Max noticed that Emily was asking strange questions, specifically about his security protocols and access codes. He became suspicious, directly ended the session, but the damage was already done. Emily sent him a message with a threatening undertone. "I know enough now, fucker. Give me your ledger information, or you'll regret it." Max felt a chill down his spine. He realized he had walked into a trap. He blocked her immediately, but Emily was relentless. She began stalking him and sending him photos of his own house and personal belongings, like nudes he sent to her when he was in his motion. It was clear she was watching him closely. One night, Max received a video from Emily. In the video, she was standing outside his house acting psycho, heavy of the coke, her nose all white, with a sinister smile on her face. She held a knife and screamed, "You can't escape. I want your fucking crypto, and I'll do anything to get it." Max went crazy. He knew he had to do drastic protocols to protect himself. He decided to go to the police, but without concrete evidence, they couldn't do anything. Emily's threats became more intense, and Max felt increasingly cornered. Eventually, that crazy bitch Emily managed to break into his house. Max was forced to fuck her up. In a panic struggle, he overpowered her and in a desperate moment of fear and adrenaline, struck her down with his machete that he once bought from a tribe in Mexico. Emily fell unconscious to the ground. Max, in shock and with trembling hands, called the police. When the police arrived, they found Max in a state of psychosis and Emily unconscious, heavy bleeding. They took him in for questioning and searched his house. It turned out that Emily indeed had a crazy plan to blackmail Max and steal his crypto. With her incapacitated, the demon was gone. Despite the attack on his crypto stash, Max refused to give up. He knew his Bitcoin hodl would take him to the top, and his current wallets would make him even richer. As he moved forward, he couldn't help but laugh hard at Emily's futile attempt to break him. Max was stronger and more determined than ever, ready to rise to even greater heights.